Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I almost tripped over my cord, but I didn't. And that's the good news. Welcome to this beautiful, beautiful day in Northern Hemisphere where, it is spring and the birds are singing and the weather's amazing and you go outside and you're just like, yes, yes. That's all I want to say is yes. And people feel that. It's a natural, kind of. Every year at this time, we've got what, Aries? We're in Aries season. Happy birthday, Aries. I know a few Aries birthdays today. And that's just fire. That's just pure, unadulterated fire and motivation and desire and action and strength and confidence and initiations of things, beginnings. Spring is the beginning of a new season. It is the new year in astrology. Not according to the calendar, but it certainly is in astrology. So feeling really uplifted, and it feels so incredibly wonderful. I hope that's how you're feeling as well. Welcome to my Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. And today we're on the featured sign of Aquarius. So I love Aquarius. I love Aquarius and Aries energy, which, like I said, it is every single year like this. Well, no, that's not true. I apologize. I take that back. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'm going to say it for probably the rest of the year. It's your year, Aquarius. It is your year. You have Jupiter in your sign. And that only happens every 12 years in each sign. And it's happening, and it's just a beautiful time. And I'm telling you, it can be one of the most transformational years of your life. Now, when you think about it, every 12 years, that doesn't happen that often in a lifetime. My next Jupiter solar return will be, what, in 2000, what is it going to be? I don't know, it doesn't matter. It's like 7 years from now. But the point is that I don't have many left. It might be my last, God forbid. Maybe I'll sneak in a second, I don't know, but it's so powerful. And the reality is that it's all about benevolence. It's one of the most benevolent, beautiful, giving opportunity planets. It's about luck. It's about serendipity things, serendipitous experiences, and what you do, like I said, and I always recommend, and I didn't do it at first, I've been doing it now, write down what's happening this year for you. Take that time because you're very creative, and I think this is what a lot of Aquarians do anyway, because they're musicians and artists, and they like to write and speak. You're an air sign, you're all about the mind. It's really from here up. It's masculine, but it's very, very about mind and thought and creation and expression and information, and that's just flowing and flowing this year, and will for many years. We're on a whole different trajectory now from the earth elements that were for many, many years, upwards of 100 predominance, and moving that now into air signs. Same idea, about that much time, but mostly predominant in the next 20 years. So that's a good stretch of time. If you write down what's happened now, you'll be able to understand that what you do this year is going to affect the next 12 years. And then you look back after those 12 years and you think, wow, that's amazing, because yes, I started this new job or this new relationship or this new idea that I'm still maybe formulating, but it's growing and it's just building and getting stronger. And it's a wonderful time. Mind you, you have Aquarius, Saturn in your sign throughout the year, and then actually through 2023. So it's kind of a very interesting but beautiful oxymoron with the amazing, phenomenal freedom, non-constrictive, expansive energy, giving, risk-taking, freedom-seeking planet of Jupiter right alongside, pretty close, it was closer, it's distance itself a little bit, from Saturn. And Saturn is our taskmaster, right? Saturn is the one that people say, no, not Saturn. It constricts, it regiments, it keeps you on task, and it makes you focus, and it makes you not be too extravagant or go too off to the right or left or what have you. It's such an amazing, beautiful kind of balance between the two, to be honest. And the thing about Saturn is that it's a beautiful thing, because how many times, and you don't have to tell me, you can comment, I would love that. How many times have you just been like, the heck with it, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to do this. And then you went, oh my God, I wish Saturn had kind of been there to kind of straighten me out a little bit, because when you do what you need to do, for example, and I always think of this for Saturn in Aquarius right now, taking a new course, studying a new language, okay, that can be happening. And then the next 2.5 years when Saturn is in your sign, Aquarius, you're gonna master it when and if you focus and you are diligent about it and take it step by step. And that's what, you know, Saturn helps you do. And then it's not easy. A lot of times it can be very hard, but it can also be something that is one of the most fulfilling things you've ever done. And then at the end you get the beautiful prize, you know, like a Cracker Jack box. If you're too young, they're one of my favorite things. I would shake it though so that the prize would come up to say, that's just how I am. I have an Aries moon, kind of impatient, want stuff right away, right? But it's a beautiful combination to have this Aries energy and you right now, Aquarius. And I feel like you definitely are feeling that. So you're the featured sign. You are a fixed sign. You are very set in your ways. You are extremely idealistic. You have your opinions and the way you want things done. And you don't necessarily budge. You like to lead. You like to tell others and be the delegator to others. And you are amazing when it comes to big groups and associations because you think big. You like, you know, your tarot card is the star, so you're just all about that's the star. I'm picking the brightest and the shiniest and the highest one up there, and nothing will stop me. So there's this incredible persistence that's really important, and I like that kind of fixed energy. You know, that's the positive side of a fixed sign for sure. And you've got that. And then you're just incredibly loving and very sociable and extremely friendly and very generous, and you want to have fun, you want to explore, you want to have things, you want your freedom, you want your independence, you like to think outside the box and be original, innovative. You know, you have Uranus as your ruling planet. Uranus is the unpredictable, the surprises, the new, the scientific aspects of things, medicine, all the things that are, like I've said many times in the various videos before. It's what's happening in real time, right? With the vaccines and stuff. It's just exactly what Aquarian energy promotes and accomplishes, and things come up in our lives we've never used, and then we start using them for the rest of our lives in the whole world, and it's a global situation. So it's a beautiful thing. Now, if you have any of you watching for cross-watching and that sort of thing, you know, it is predominance of Aquarius having these major energies, but it affects all of us. And if you're an air sign other than Aquarius, or you have Aquarius in other planets, because I'm reading the general aspects of the sun sign, and that's our first house. That is all here. It's our mind, it's our energy, it's our I'm trying to put two words together. It's motivation and vitality put together. That's an interesting new word, but I'll pass on saying it just yet and try again. It's our mind, and it's, you know, just really pretty much all about thinking and expanding and growing and learning and teaching. And it is, it's going to be felt by fellow air signs, absolutely. And then, like I said, air and fire are extremely good. And right now with this, you figure the spirited aspect of Aries in the season we're in right now, the new moon in Aries is coming on the 11th. I'll be lighting my new moon intention candle for you, Aquarius, because that's when you make those intentions and you make them happen, and nothing will stop you. It doesn't matter how long, and you don't have to know the exact outcome. You just know that in fact it will occur, and then you've got it made. You're the best manifestor you can be. So I'm just saying, you are amazing, and you have some beautiful things going on this year, and you will get through the challenges, which is also what Jupiter does, because of course challenges will come into the mix. But I'm going to roll a dice for the featured sign for you today. I'm sorry, the highlighted sign, which Spirit always wants me to bring up. And this is going to be for the 3-card special messages under 3-category reading. And so that particular highlighted connection for you today on the 2nd to the last day of March, wow, is Virgo. I'll be a son of a gun. I see this combination so many times, and it's so phenomenal because you're very, very different. I'll talk a little more. After I've read the 3 major categories for this beautiful highlighted connections of all Aquarians and all Virgos, I go on to kind of what I say add the cherry on the top by pulling one rune and explaining the definition of that, which kind of just adds that confirmation to the actual messages. And then I go on to read the 2 oracles that I have, and just the fact that they are full of love and authenticity and wisdom and knowledge that we can all learn from, and hopefully will bring more insight into your life and teach you something maybe you hadn't thought of or, you know, heard before. Even if you have, you just maybe want to hear it again as an affirmation to help you in your life. So there's a reading and a message for everybody is my main point. The oracles are definitely for every Aquarius and every single one of your signs and connections and relations of whatever type it may be, okay? And I know you have a lot, Aquarius. So I love the Virgo for you, though, I'll tell you. It's not quite your polarity, but it is very close, because Leo is your polarity, and Virgo is right next to Leo. And Virgo is the earth sign, the beautiful, they call it the archetype of the Virgin. Absolute, pure of heart, authentic, hardworking, dedicated, determined, like yourself, though they are not a fixed sign. Of all the earth signs, Virgo is the immutable. So there's a lot of adaptability there. Virgos like to work really hard on themselves, and they love to help others in the process. They will study and they will learn, and this is a beautiful time for Virgos to be able to, once again, start a new study project, start a new idea about a new venture that has to do with incomes. Virgos are extremely good with money. They are all about the practical aspects of life, finances, you know, your living circumstances, certainly your relationships, the ground, soil, you know, building from the seeds that they plant, figuratively and metaphorically. And they are extremely loyal, very, very organized many times. There's always going to be some rare exceptions. It has a lot to do with what other planets are in your natal charts. There's a definite loyalty to them that is unparalleled, and that's essential to Aquarians. Also, there's that grounded, reliable, you know, just predictable aspect that is not necessarily what you'll find with Aquarius, but what's really attracts Aquarius to a Virgo. You know, they love the fact that when they're kind of like in their head and maybe looping the loops that happen when we think too much, and air signs have this, and it's really important to get your time to sit and meditate and get into nature, and you'll have that with Virgo, and they'll promote and instigate that for you, and they'll be that calming presence, you know. And they're fun too, but they love nature, and they like to get out as well, although they're more reserved. And you are probably more about adventure, but you can certainly show them how that works, though I've known many Virgos that do travel, probably for work a lot of times. What a beautiful, you just respect each other and your differences. They actually work so well on a relationship with a foundation of stability, like I said, and permanence. And like when you're interested in something, Aquarius, like I said, as a fixed sign especially, you don't give up. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so there's the mind again. So see the beautiful harmonious kind of energy between an air sign who's thinking and growing and expanding, and Mercury, which is the planet of thought and ideas and, you know, movement and commerce and business and just all the wonderful things that very, very much tie you together, you know, and for long term, like I said. So it's a great, great combination of a highlighted relationship that we have for today. And I'm going to go on and read with you the messages. So I tend to go on quite a bit. I'm going to try to capsulize a little bit because there was a lot to say because it's your year, Aquarius. And so the first card in category is always the overall energy. How things are working to this point. And if you have not subscribed, I would love you to, or if you'd like or feel a resonance to what I'm speaking of, because I do this daily. Well, certainly now, I hope, because I have a camera that won't lose any more storage. I went through that for a while. So that feels really good. That was a new thing for me. And I'm really happy about it because I'm very dedicated to doing the readings. I read intuitively. I've been reading for over 30 years. And I also just, read, of course, the symbolisms and such. But if you haven't had a chance to look at the beginning of the month, you might want to do that and just see the comparison of the messages, because it's kind of a wonderful storyline with the astrology and the tarot, meeting together. So yeah, basically the catalyst that led you to this reading and what's happening right now for the two of you. And you have the Nine of Swords. Ooh, okay. Well, what I like about this is 9 is about completion. Now, overall, this is the air element. The swords are always the air element. I mean, they cut through things. They're very, very detached is what we've always been told. I'm an air sign as well. We definitely don't want to mix our mind with our heart and our emotions. We've got to separate that so we are very clear-minded and very straightforward. We do seek truth. We do seek justice, Aquarius. It's imperative to you. But as I was saying a moment ago, if you get too much in your mind, you can overthink, and the Nine of Swords just tends to be over, self-inflicted worries and concerns, and it can keep you up at night. And I know there's a lot of us that's happened to, air sign or not. And now it's time for the completion, because the next one is the 10. 10 is a new cycle, so you're almost there. And if you really, really, truly want to end the cycle, you have every tool, every possible magical ability to do that. You are a manifester. And you have the new moon in the background. So this new moon in Libra that happened on Sunday, we're going to be feeling the effects of that for a couple weeks or longer. That was your fellow air sign. That has to do predominantly with relationships now with this full moon. And yes, it could be romantic, of course. And I think predominantly it's affected a lot of people who are in very close tied relationships or commitments. It was about revealing and opening up the eyes and shining the light on the things to keep that balance. Balance is Libra's persona, the scales, and also relationships. Everything in the world reflects relationships with Libra. It has to do with some form of relationship, because that's how they thrive. And that's what they're constantly trying to work towards and establish as a good bond of trust and fairness and justice. And that's all the air signs. So it appears as though there were some conversations or some concerns or information that came in. I mean, the list can go on. And it got you concerned and worried, And so the new moon, which was in Pisces, which was, the 13th, I believe, of March. It was. Oh, wow, that was a powerful one. Whew, boy. But it was about creativity. It was about starting new and ending these concerns, so that the full moon absolutely ends and culminates things to start your new beginning. And that's what I'm getting from this, because it's too positive of a feeling I'm feeling otherwise. Unless there's some remnants, and sometimes it takes more time for others. But you are so ready to let go of those concerns. And that's what this is really saying and speaking to me about for you. So if it's hitting home, let me know, okay? Because I can relate to that so very well. I just want to say, and sharing, as I always do, what's happening in my life as well as what the astrology is saying in comparison. 2 huge change of course that I had no idea was coming. I mean, it just completely changed, and I had to take time to heal, I'm telling you. I had to say, okay, whoa. All right, let me get my bearings here and just allow myself that time, right? And not kid myself, because I literally felt it in every cell of my body. It was such an unexpected change. And I'm doing so much better because I have to be real about it. You have to be authentic, and you have to say, oh my God, this hurts like I've never remembered hurting before. Oh my God, what's going on? And asking questions, meditating, praying, whatever you do, to kind of get that understanding and get your balance and that groundedness back, which is what this beautiful Virgo kind of energy can do for you. Mind you, Another thing about astrology is we do have Uranus, your ruling planet, Aquarius, in the sign of Taurus till 2025. It can be very grounding, but Uranus is about just, once again, the opposite. There's the grounding, practical, steadfast, just kind of confined, routine kind of energy that's beautiful, but of the earth signs. And then Uranus, which is like, nope, guess what? Haha, fooled you. We're actually going this way, even though you thought it was doing this way for I don't know how many years. Well, it was in Taurus last year, so it does affect money specifically when it's in Taurus. And I think it affected a lot of people's money. I think it's still working itself through. And I know that that's what Uranus does. It has its highs and its lows, and you never really know. But worrying about it won't help anything. We know that. I know we know that intellectually. Easier said than done. It's okay to worry for a certain amount of time and then really realize that you can and there's always help. There's always ways to spiritually relieve a lot of the tension and from your body, which is imperative for well-being in general. And that's what this is all saying. So it's all making sense as far as astrology in regards to your reading as well. The second category is the category of possible blessings or obstacles for you, Aquarius, and this Virgo highlighted connection. If you don't know who the Virgo is, you may still be hearing about it, because that new moon can literally last for 4 weeks to 6 weeks to a year, till the next full moon in Pisces, because that was the new moon in Pisces. So it's hard to say, it's all very individual, but you have the Six of Wands, and that's victory, and that's fire, and that's Aries, and that's eliminating those worries, knowing you're being recognized somehow in some way. There's some kind of absolute recognition. You will be in the spotlight. There's some beautiful confirmation, and there's also, it has to do with, I definitely want to say, your work, what you do, your value, how you make money, your partnership you may have. You might be working together. It makes a lot of sense. I know a lot of Aquarians and Virgos that do work together, because it's a wonderful balance when it comes to that sort of thing in finances and making money. And the trust is there, of course, and everything. And oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And it's where you want to leave that Nine of Swords behind and think, let's go this way. Let's take that risk, by the way, and realize that you are being supported. And I don't know if it's in your community, your family, with your significant other. This is a victorious, beautiful energy, okay? You're riding high on the horse. And it feels wonderful. And you worked for it. Anytime you see the wands, it's about work. It's about physicality. I mean, they use their spirit and their soul and their passion, and they're very, very active many times. So this could present a Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo in your life as well. All very, very, very beautifully harmonious energies for you, Aquarius. So I like that a lot. See, let's see where we're going. The last category is always the finances. That's your money. Yes, money is an energy, but I'm speaking of your wealth in all areas, okay? Emotionally, especially with the, seeing the Nine of Swords, because I've been there. I'm never going to lie to you, and sometimes it takes everything you have to just let it go and say, I am definitely going to ask for guidance, and I'm going to say, I kind of surrender it, because I don't want to do this anymore at this time. And then there it just comes flooding in, because you literally were just saying, whew, gotta let it go. And the answers come in, they just do. And for the, perfect. For the finances, you have the Hermit, and that is the major arcana, but it also represents the sign of Virgo. So there's a very interesting connection here happening with finances. And you know what else I love is there is an old sage, I would call it, for this beautiful depiction of this card. And this is, by the way, the Gilded Tarot by Sir Machete, and it's one of my favorites, and I use it. And then I'll change in 2 days when I start the new month of April readings, going around my zodiac wheel again from Aries to Pisces, and then mid-month. And just letting you know, this is in that lantern is a star, and that's what you are, Aquarius. So a really strong indication of a very beautiful union, partnership, that's going to really help your finances. And I think that it is, I feel in a lot of ways, it is something new. It's not for all of you, but absolutely with all of the indications and the energies that are happening through, you're going to open up to something you've not done before. And like I said, this could change your life this year and for the next 12, Aquarius. And I feel really beautiful. But what's really important is that you're being guided. And you absolutely are being asked to listen to your natural, strong intuition and ability to see things, okay, with your third eye. And I mean, you are known for this, and I know you know this yourself. And it's beautiful. And so it also can mean the time that you needed at this point to stop from the fears and the concerns and take a vacation. Take a retreat. It's known for that as well. You know, kind of, I know we've all been, in a sense, a mode of, you know, somewhat isolation, I would say. Not completely, but you know what I mean. Confinement. Retreat. And it's still something you can do even if you're in your backyard pulling weeds kind of thing. You know, it doesn't have to be indoors per se, although people are still wanting to be safe, and I totally get that. I'm right with you. Listen very carefully, because the very strong message is that you're going to be getting some guidance. And it could come through dreams, it could come through friends or music, or, you know, people saying things from a distance and you just happen to hear it. Never a coincidence, right? Fantastic, because it's going to lead to some really, really beautiful and wealthy times. And remember, if you're feeling good, that's a big part of wealth. Everything goes better, right? That's how it is for me now. That's, you know, the older generation saying, if you have your health, it's true. I only want great health, and then I can do everything else I want to do. So those are your messages, and I absolutely love them. But I'm going to pull the rune, like I said, and I'm going to study these. It's going to take some time. So now I'm reading from the book. But they're a gift I asked for, and I read runes from, I don't know, 25 or 6 years ago, just on my computer, you know, at the time, and I was fascinated then. So now I'm going to take it further and just continue to read and then just get more familiarized, because they are an amazing tool that I love so much from the universe. So I start with the actual inscription, if you will, on this beautiful amethyst stone, which wards away, you know, toxic energy, and it's a healing energy, and it's great for psychic ability. I like to carry one in my pocket. I like to wear purple anyway. Always have. What I do with the book? Come on now, MaryAnne. Here it is. And so what that is, let's see here. That's how new I am at this. It looks like a bee. Oh, it is. Okay, so it is number 18, and it is Berkana. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So let's go into the English translation in the first portion of the book. 18. Okay. Whoa, this is a period between March 15th and March 29th. Oh my goodness. Well, the new moon was on the 13th, so this new moon and these concerns and everything were very prevalent, and that's very, very synchronistic right now to what your messages had to say through the tarot. So let me read on for you. Time was from 5:30 a.m. to 6:29 a.m. Response, femininity. Well, the Libra moon in the Venus, I mean, that's the ruling planet of Libra. So the femininity has just been pouring over all of us. And that beautiful feeling of just love and compassion that we all have, male or female, doesn't matter the gender. It's about wanting to unite and to fix and to restore and to just give of our hearts, you know. It's not very Libra as far as the air, because the air part of Libra is all about the mind, like you, Aquarius, but it went down and it went like, I want the magic again, and I know what I want, and I'm going to ask for it. I'm going to feel good about it. I'm going to share that with others, and when you put that out, you generally get that back. Being careful about that, of course. And then the energy of Aries in the mix, it's so strong and beautiful. But the last few words are, okay, response, femininity, fertility. Okay. Yeah, you might want to consider that. It could be great for children. You might be considering it, or you are pregnant, or you're about to, because you got that. Yeah, that's good stuff. Project, growth, joy, pleasures, nutrition, pregnancy, and children. So I don't know, like I said, there's always a certain percentage that is just like, MaryAnne, I can't believe you were reading this directly to me, and I pray that's a good percentage of you. Because you were worried and you were concerned, and maybe you weren't able to have children, you weren't sure about the timing or the finances or anything, and that's not happening anymore. You have all the energies working for you, should you choose that. It's always self-choice, okay? Their guidelines, maps, all the wonderful things that we can look at or not. It's going to be there anyway. But, you know, if you choose to, you're going to have that beautiful guidance. And I absolutely love that for your reading. I'm very, very grateful that I picked that out for you. Listen intently to, you know, the messages, because you'll know exactly what time and if it is the right time. And you don't ever have to mistake your true intuition. It'll never let you down. And it's a quiet, beautiful, soft feeling or voice. It's not a concern or, you know, it's not one of those anxious anxiety kind of feelings. That's not intuition, okay? So just putting that out there to you. I'm really happy for you. I love that. I'm a very emotional person a lot of times. I have a Pisces rising, but also, you know, it's a good time. It's a good time, and it's so good when you say, I'm not going to let my thoughts really destroy me anymore or get carried away, because they do. And it feels so good to let that go. So it's just inviting you to do the same. So the next beautiful oracle is well, this is the only oracle so far, and it is well, not really, because I consider those runes definite oracles, but the Psychic Tarot for the Heart is this beautiful deck, and it has many different facets to it. So this is for specifically all the beautiful Aquarians and all your beautiful connections in the world, no matter what they may be, from the heart with love. And you have the heart chakra. You have the heart chakra. Oh, so you are feeling it. And of course you would. You're still feeling that beautiful aspect of the moon, right? And how important love really is for everything. And it's a 4, and 4 is balance, and it's stability, and it's the building upon stability and the relationships and the, you know, just feeling really grounded and present. And but the heart chakra it's right here. It's our 4th chakra. You know, I love to just feel it a lot of times. And I do rituals and things in the morning that I work on each of my chakras, because they need to be unblocked sometimes. Let me just read to you what it says, because there's some really beautiful words that they have to say. And I know it's self-explanatory, but your heart is open. Let it lead you. And remember that beautiful saying, you know, I listen to my heart. So that is a major arcana. And so that's going to be the first section here. And it says, no, wait, am I wrong? I am wrong. Why is that happening? It's black. I'm sorry. Let me go to the other part. What would it be? Oh, I'm so sorry. I was telling you at the beginning. The chakra section is in the back. It has major arcana, which is in the black, but then it has every single element, different borders of color, and then the chakras. Forgive me. So number 4. Yeah, good old chakras, boy. It could also, I'm just hearing, it could also mean that if you've been affected in the heart, or you're having any kind of issues, and I'm not a doctor, for heaven's sakes, attending to that, you know, as I said, you will know if there's something that's not 100% right, or get out and maybe do a little more cardio. Because I know for me, I got to get back into it. It's just, I lost a lot of it last year. I just did what I could, you know. And I have said to myself, I'm actually going to start something. So it's very, very conducive right now for that kind of energy for everybody to, like, the spring, like, hey, let me start a little more exercise, get out there, you know, and get this body going. And it can be very small. You want to start small. Heart chakra, key facts. The color is green. The sound is yam. The element is air. The gland is the thymus gland, and the key words are I love. So I guess that's really all you need to know. But just knowing that that is the most intelligent organ in our body is the heart, and the most intuitive as well. Many books on that. I love the Heart Math Institute, where I don't live terribly far from. It has so much knowledge about that. So there you go. You're right in tune with your heart and your intuition and the things you know you need to do and want to do and will do. It's your year. I'm going to finish with your super attractor manifestation message for creating the life you want, feeling it into existence, literally manifesting it, you know, and believing it and knowing it and all the important aspects to keep it all in alignment. Okay, you can have one thought and a different feeling. It has to be all congruent. So your beautiful message, Aquarian, is for all of you in the world, and I thank you for all that you do and what you're doing for me this year. It's really giving me strength and, you know, determination and opening up my mind. Oh, of course you have the world. It's just all the hands, because it's all about that with you. It's just joining and uniting everything. The symbolism of the star and everything, and the tarot of Aquarius is the water barrier, but it's not water. It's a jug being held by this beautiful, wonderful, you know, person, that's spirit, that's sharing wealth, sharing knowledge, sharing, you know, information to all to know and to all to have and to all to study and know and feel and grow from. And so that's what this card is showing. The whole world, all inclusive. I let an inner sense of quiet multiply each day as I strengthen my faith in the love of the universe. There you go. That's what you're about. And I appreciate you for that. So I won't keep you any longer, but I love that you would stop in, and I would love to see you again. So I'll be starting my, you know, new readings, of course, in April. So come back, even if you want to watch for someone else. And thank you very much for your time, and take extremely good care of yourself. You've got beautiful energies here for you, just wanting to work with you. Take care until next time. Bye-bye.